here, but pick a quarterback here for the remainder of the playoffs who you think is going to be that guy. If you had to ride, if you were able to pick any of these 4 quarterbacks, who would you pick?
Okay, well,
right
we
now?
have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in Tom Brady.
Uh-huh.
We've got, I believe, one of the, I think he's this year's MVP in Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
And I'm going with Aaron Rodgers, and it's not that outlandish of a pick, but he has just been absolutely on fire. And for my first couple picks of the postseason, I picked against Green Bay just because I can't believe that they keep running the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe he keeps doing what he's been able to do. It's absolutely fantastic. And I remember earlier on in the season, we were talking about all the controversy surrounding Aaron Rodgers and his family and whether he's elite and talking about if he can get it done when his team was 4-6. Then they're 10-6 coming into the playoffs, and they've got 2 playoff wins in dramatic fashion. He's got 718 yards this postseason, 6 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. He's been sacked 8 times. That's more than any other quarterback this postseason, by far. And a 111 quarterback rating. I mean, he's off the charts. Plus, the way he's able to evade these defenders is he's like magic.
Sure.
It's amazing to watch.
I can't argue with that, and I probably would say Aaron Rodgers as well. But we didn't mention Ben Roethlisberger, who has a couple of Super Bowl rings.
Ben.
But the guy, we can't have a discussion without Tom Brady, right?
Right.
I mean, you said yourself, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time,
Yeah.
and he has led the Patriots here. I mean, nobody's shocked, right? Nobody is shocked that they're going to be hosting the AFC Championship game again. Think about this. 6 straight appearances in the AFC Championship game.
It's incredible.
In this day and age of so-called parity in the National Football League, for this team to continue to do it year in and year out, and this guy to continue to do it year in and year out, it's remarkable. Whatever word, stunning, amazing. It's just ridiculous, right? What they are able to do, and you just know from the start he has been inspired and motivated. This whole organization has been over the whole Deflategate issue. We still don't know if they had anything to do with the deflation of those footballs, because the PSIs were down, that they had any knowledge of that. But he served his 4-game vacation, and ever since coming back, he has been a man on a mission, and I just cannot wait. I just want that to happen because I want to see it. I want to see Roger Goodell have to hand the Lombardi Trophy over to Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady.
It's
going to be, it is going to be probably one of the most watched moments in NFL history. It's going to blow up Twitter. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for it.
The one knock against Tom Brady for me this season is that 4-game vacation. And not because he was involved in Deflategate, but because he doesn't have the wear and tear on his body that these other 3 quarterbacks have because they played for the whole season. So for him, he had a little bit extra. Well, it absolutely is his fault. That's why he was suspended.
Well, no, that's not his fault. He doesn't, you're assuming that there was actually something that he knew what was going on.
We know he did something.
No, we don't.
But there's no reason.
Scientists have proven that there's actual reasons behind the ideal gas laws that the balls could have been deflated just by natural.
There was probable cause enough for them to give him a 4-game suspension.
I don't think that hasn't been proven. There hasn't been proven this probable cause. The decision was made. It happened. I understand. The suspension happened.
You can't say he is completely squeaky clean. So I'm saying he had some involvement in that, and the reason that he had these 4 games off.
No one's ever going to get on your baseball Hall of Fame ballot either, then, I guess.
No, totally. That's a different conversation. We'll have that conversation later on in the show. But I just think that the fact that he doesn't have that mileage on him for this season is a knock against him in terms of picking him right now. In terms of if I have to pick one of the quarterbacks who has been elite this season, it's my only knock against Tom Brady.
I'm not sure if I follow that, besides the fact that I think we've seen a track record where when he has played a full 16-game season, that hasn't hindered him, and that's allowed him to still continue to win games and win championships. So,
but would he been able to do it this season? We'll never know.
I don't see why they couldn't. If they were able to go 3-1 without him, they were probably going to go at least that, if not 4-0, with him.
Right, but I'm saying that's something we'll never be able to figure out. He's got a little bit quicker step.
But I think, look,
his arm strength looks
are you
fantastic.
questioning Tom Brady's ability to get his team to this point or win a Super Bowl?
No, I'm just saying in terms of picking a quarterback right now, in terms of comparing their stats, all four of them, I'm going with the guy who I've seen do it more and who's had to do it since week 1 rather than a guy who had 4 games off. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I will acknowledge that Aaron Rodgers right now is the hottest quarterback. I'll just say that. But I'm not going to. If you were going to tell me, all right, you can only pick one, and you got Aaron Rodgers, I'll be happy with taking Tom Brady to the promised land.
Well, of course, and the other side of that argument is because he had those 4 games off, he's way more fresh, and he's got a quicker step, I think, and because that time off, it's helped him recover quicker.
At this stage of the game, I think everybody look. He took some punishment in that Houston Texans game.
He did.
They drilled him, and they.
My boy, Jimmy Clowney.
I would say that they hit him harder than any of the other quarterbacks who are still around right now in terms of the punishment that they received in their previous game.
We hadn't really seen him get hit like that so far this season.
Right. I mean, they pounded him and they hurried him. He was constantly either on the run or getting hit.
Yeah.
All right.